ceremony was excellent, so I really enjoyed it.
I've learned a lot.
The event was excellent.
This is the first award ceremony I've attended.
It was so fantastic.
I'm honored to have been recognized.
We thank the organizers of this ceremony.
The Digitally Fit Awards, as the KE Online, have had a fair amount of questions concerning the name Digitally Fit Awards. What are the Digitally Fit Awards, or what is it? What do we mean by being digitally fit? Each one of us seated here has at one point or the other in your interactions with us asked these questions. But to put any doubt to rest, allow me to say the following. To be digitally fit is quite simple and straightforward. The internet brings together hundreds of thousands of people on similar platforms every day and provides tools to explore and exploit these platforms. Are you using these tools to make your voice heard or to leave a mark in the society? If you are, then here you go. You are digitally fit. The Digitally Fit Awards is an award that recognizes and awards businesses, brands, and companies that excel in utilizing digital tools to amplify their work and to broaden their impact in the communities they serve. So the journey normally starts here. The platform is www.keonline.biz. So when you come to this platform, keonline.biz, you can search for, at this place here, you can search for any business or any person and find them there. So that's why we call it the search engine. Now, when we say you are digitally fit, then we rank you on this scale here. So the guys who we check through their online presence, and then we rate you out of 100%. So that's what graph it's here. So every time we continue doing this test by checking through your social media. What are you saying? Are you active online? How about the brands you lead? Are you a person who drives people in your company to go online? So for the majority of the people who are here, we also realize the impact or the role that you play within your brand in terms of making sure that that brand goes online under your leadership.
Good evening, everyone. Waithaka Gatumia is my name, and I serve as CEO at Centonomy. Our mission is to shift mindsets so that purposeful people like yourselves can create wealth and live abundantly. And over the last 5 years, now we have trained people on personal finance and entrepreneurship on every inhabited continent on Earth. We have students across the globe. I think that means we're digitally fit, right?
My name is Andrew Lewela. I am the Chief Evangelist at the Kenya Network Information Center. We are in the business of building trust online and helping CEOs, founders, business people, government to get online on the .ke domain. How do you protect your brand? A couple of reasons why an individual should get a .me, .ke, or an entity should get a .co.ke. Top of the list for me, brand protection. So if you're an individual, possibly you're trying to build a brand, tell your story, there's no better place to do it than using your unique name on .ke. There's also the second issue of availability. It is more likely if you were to look for your brand name for a new company, a startup, it's available on .ke. And finally, it's about digital fitness. You don't want to be left behind. So if you're launching a new product, if you want to launch a new e-commerce site where you want to generate revenue, monetize, do it online, do it on .ke because you have the support in country. Those are the reasons why you should be on .ke.
My name is Peter Mutinda from Asia Africa Chamber of Commerce. The digital space has fulfilled what we used to say that the world has become a global village, in that most of what is happening in terms of the networking, in terms of the transactions, the engagement is happening at the digital space. At Asia Africa, what we front to you is availability of networks, and therefore being digitally fit, championing digital platforms and migration is very important, because at the Chamber, we talk about networking, we talk about advocacy, and we are looking into Asia and Africa. And therefore, these digital channels, the e-commerce, and all that is very important for us.
My name is Dr. John Mativo. I'm the MD and CEO of the Electricity Transmission Company. This is a company that is responsible for both planning, designing, construction, and maintaining the high voltage grid. YKTRACO has ensured that we have a digital fit. Why we're digital fit? First is to give people a brand name of who we are, because you know most people are more familiar with our sister utilities, Kenya Power and KenGen. But secondly, just to be able to give Kenyans and investors hope of what we are doing to improve the high voltage grid in power, to ensure that we have reliable power, to ensure that we have green power in the system, because those are decisions that people make, especially big industries that are being attracted to Kenya, and also the common person in Kenya. KTRACO, everything we do through our e-procurement, so our procurement process is fully digital. We don't do paperwork. It makes things easier for people both inside and outside the country to be able to participate in what we're doing. So we're attracting various age groups, whether it's from AGPO, but also foreign players who don't get access to information, participate in everything we do. So to us, the digital space has opened the footprint that we had in terms of being able to be seen by various people across the world.
At Webmasters, every single day, we help companies and governments to be digitally fit. Today marks 10 years since the start of eCitizen. eCitizen went live on the 1st of July 2014. So every single day, there are teams of individual engineers who are Kenyans, who make sure that you are able to transact and you're able to get services either from government or from private sector. The first service that went live on eCitizen was called Provisional Driver's License. It has succeeded because of Kenyans, the younger guys, and the Kenyan spirit.
I'm from Engineers Board of Kenya. I'm the CEO. So I'll just say a little bit about who we are and how we'd probably fit in with the theme for today. What we do is register engineers and engineering consulting firms and capacity development. So we have 25,000 engineers on our roll. So to me, that's one of the biggest assets we have in this country. So I see ourselves fitting in, being the people who provide the infrastructure. Engineers are enablers. We provide infrastructure. We design, implement infrastructure. I am looking forward to us, contributing as engineers. I believe they'll contribute towards increasing our productivity and making our country internationally competitive. I think that's something we're looking forward to.
Yes, I'm the president of SkyMax Network. We do some serious work on the highest technology you can have in 5G network. Today, we are doing artificial intelligence. We are planning to even bring it to this country so that farmers can tell if the plants, the green leaves or the yellow leaves are lacking certain kind of food, using artificial intelligence and using SkyMax digital network. It will be something that is of very serious utilization. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Hi, everybody. The fact that I'm here at all representing Knight Frank is quite a big deal in terms of our digital transformation. Knight Frank's 127 years old. We're 26 years old in Kenya. We're the largest privately owned real estate advisory firm on earth. And we are, by our very virtue, quite conservative. And certainly that's been the perception of us throughout the world, and certainly here in Kenya, East Africa, and Africa as a whole. The brands like ours, the big brands, have a responsibility to set an example of how to do things better. Those of us with the privilege of having been overseas and worked overseas and learnt overseas, and that they're plugged in at a high level, and also have the responsibility of, you know, the eyes of a lot of younger people looking at us for leadership. We have a responsibility to set the example and do better. And a large way to communicate with that community is the digital space. Hence why I'm here this evening, hence why we've been changing the way we do business, and I think that's the reason a lot of us are here this evening. That's about it. So I just want to say thank you again to Alphonse and the organizers for having me. Thank you to all my peers who are here. That, like Margaret said, there's too many to name. So thank you. Alphonse, back to you.
National Bank of Kenya is a bank that customers love to stay closer to. We are investing in many things, but the key things we are investing in as the National Bank of Kenya is people. We are hiring young people, we are upskilling old people, and we are training everybody in terms of the changing world that is digitally, and that makes it easier for us to be able to stay relevant. And we're also investing in technology. What technology has done in banking, and particularly for National Bank of Kenya, is that we have very distinct outcomes that will never be changed forever. The opening and closing that you still see in our banking hall branches is a regulatory requirement that you place when you open, when you close, but it's irrelevant. We've removed the trouble of distance. And finally, digitization, or being digitally fit in banking, has brought in dignity. So it has brought dignity back into financial services. So those are very many changes in a very short time that long time ago were not very much possible. So this evening I'm very much excited and pleased to be with you here. I will not go into details of what we do as a bank. Traditionally, what we do as a bank has since changed and morphed. And discussing this topical issue and listening to the panelists, I couldn't help but get more impressed that adoption is at the highest of its levels. Early 2000s, the rise of e-commerce started showing up, and the mobile technology and social media accelerated the adoption of digital tools. What we've learned in the last 3 weeks in the business is that we no longer want to focus on what can happen in our business alone. Next time the bankers have an issue to tell us, especially the young ones, National Bank of Kenya MD will not be the person they'll address. They'll address Kenya Bankers Association. They'll address the whole industry. I want to just stop it there and say that I enjoy the partnership and the invitation that came fast and furious.
My name is Philip Manga, Managing Director, Kenya Railways Corporation. If I was to speak about digitization, to us as a logistics firm, I will be talking about digitization and the trend facilitation. And that is the key where we hunger, every one of us in Kenya Railways Corporation. With over 4,000 employees, having enormous number of over 10,000 tenants in our systems. We collect all our rent online with over thousands and thousands of our cargo clients who move our account across our network from Mombasa to Maraba and to Kampala. The very important thing that we treasure, digitization and trade facilitation. Whether it is goods, whether it is passenger services, whether it is our customers, internal customers, our employees, we need and we have modernized our systems, and that's why we have about 4,000 employees. It is very hard to see them every morning. but you can be able to see them in different platforms every day and question their productivity and the way they are working. With that, I want to just say thank you so much for the organizers of this event.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Ezekiel Mutua. I'm the CEO of the Music Corporate Society of Kenya. The digital transformation we are enjoying today came because of people like Engineer James Reggae, who paid the price and laid the ground for us to be able to be where we are today. Engineer James Reggae, after coming from the US and joining the Ministry of ICT as a PS, laid the ground for the analog to digital migration. And we got a comedian called Smart Joke, I don't know whether he's here. And I gave him a contract to do an advert that said, tumetoka analog, tumekuja digital, digital. Do you know that song? When we attempted to push the digital migration, the media said no. And we went up to Supreme Court. And when we won at the Supreme Court, TV stations switched themselves off. For 3 weeks, there was no TV in Kenya. Do you guys remember that? But I think we need to always look back and see the journey we have walked that will enable the Gen Zs today with handheld devices to say reject and mobilize using their phones and using the internet and get the government of Kenya to listen. Get the finance bill dropped, the cabinet dismissed, and bring the transformation that we are seeing in Kenya today that I think is phenomenal. No one saw it coming, but I tell you the truth, if it were not for the internet, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be enjoying the space we are enjoying today. So mine is to say thank you, Alphonse, and your team. You have done so well to recognize that this journey needs to be recognized and structured in a way that we can focus on the digital transformation in a manner that adds value, takes cognizance of our history, and helps us to move forward as a country by recognizing the people who are adding value to this transformation. So thank you very much. It will not take much of your time. God bless you to the winners. Congratulations. Let's make Kenya a better place. And we'll talk about the Gen Z movement and celebrate our young people who have made it possible. They have dared where eagles dare not fly. As we encourage them to champion for change, let us also encourage them to do it in a decent way. God bless you. Asanteni sana.
Body they draw me like a bono. Body they rising my don't know. I say color your brocodo, no good this locodo. Kelly they bossy my bololo. Can make a salute your commando. Girl if you balance Diego, I give you paper. No go do me Diego, my Maradona. Girl if I lap your sueto, I'm a farisa. Girl, your back, keep it connected, and I can follow your Cresco. Tunde, dale Cresco. Pay for your waist, and I can pay for your lace. Pay for your waist, Tunde, dale Cresco. Pay for your waist, I can pay for your lace. Diego, I give you paper. No go do me Diego, my Maradona. Girl, if I lap your sueto, I'm a farisa. Girl, your back, keep it connected, and I can follow your Cresco.